Dave Leisering, Director of Athletic Communications here at Mercyhurst University, switching it up here on the Men's Hockey Weekly Insider. Going to speak with Associate Head Coach Bobby Ferraris of the men's hockey program. Bobby, thanks for stepping in for Rick today, and let's talk about Saturday's game at Canisius, the only game of the weekend. Talk about what you thought.
We felt that the game was a little bit sloppy. That our energy level was good. We were happy about that before a break. Sometimes you have those concerns. Before a break, you can sometimes see some guys that aren't as engaged, and maybe their minds are some other places. But we thought the energy level, the effort level was pretty good. Execution, okay. We got really good goaltending from Brandon Weldon, and really excited about that. Him and Spencer Bacon have come in and done a good job while Jimmy's been just healing a little bit. Overall, the tie, giving up the lead, we were very disappointed in that. But we played well on the special teams. We definitely competed. We need to iron out some of the wrinkles.
You talked about the goaltending from Brandon Wodung. Talk about the thought process and giving him the start on Saturday against Canisius.
Well, you know what? He competes extremely hard in practice, and he's what us recruiters call a game-ready goalie. Technically, might not be the most sound goaltender, might have to make a heroic save every once in a while, but he competes very hard in practice. And Greg Gardner coming in here from Princeton and working with us, and not exclusive to the goaltenders, but with the goaltenders quite a bit, has been very impressed with his work ethic, with Brandon Wildung's work ethic. And that's the reason we thought he would be ready to play a college game. He's been ready. Just, the opportunity with 3 goalies and only 1 net, the opportunity isn't always there. And Spencer played well, especially coming in off the bench a couple times for Jim during the season so far, and with his start a couple Saturdays ago at Bentley. But we felt like this would be a good opportunity. Initially, we were actually thinking maybe to split the 2 of them, Bacon and Wildung, over the weekend. But with the game Friday night getting canceled here in Erie, we just said let's go with the freshman, and he played well.
Yeah, he especially in that overtime period, made a huge save to keep Canisius off the scoreboard. Let's talk about senior Daniel Bancha, who has really picked it up as of late. He's now just 2 points away from 100 in his career. He would become the 3rd player this year to join the 100-point club. No, he was nicked up a little bit early on, but seems to be getting healthy again.
Dan is an impact player. Dan's the type of player that we as a coaching staff can go to on the bench throughout his career, say, Dan, we need a goal, or Dan, we need a great shift, and he can go out on the ice and be a game changer. Guys love playing with him. He's always on the puck. He gets the puck to the middle of the ice, and really, really excited for him that he's started to get it going a little bit more. He has been a little bit sore at the beginning of the year and a little bit nicked up, and he obviously is getting faster and stronger. When he's on, he's scary good. He's a weapon, and we need him to be successful. We need a healthy, confident, and strong Dan Bancha.
Another senior, Ryan Nizek, moved to defense a couple weeks ago. Talk about what you've seen from him moving to the blue line.
Ryan is one of the most skilled players in Atlantic hockey, if not college. He's just highly skilled. We recruited him out of his midget hockey year. He was actually already playing junior hockey, and he was playing at a high level. And then he went and played in the USHL during the recruiting process, and he had a down and then an up. He was a fantastic player his last year, his 19-year-old year in junior hockey. Came here and has just been a solid, really big point-producing forward. And we looked at, kind of our blue line at the time. We were a little bit banged up going into Colgate, and in the past, and I'm sure Rick has told you this, we had practiced him a little bit on defense because he plays the point on the power play sometimes. So we put him back on defense during drills every once in a while, and we're like, man, is he good back there, moving the puck and great feet, and everything's in front of him. And I played defense, and Rick played defense. And guards, we mentioned it to Greg Gardner, and he's like, that would be a fantastic idea. So, Ryan he wasn't super excited when we did it at Colgate.
Mm-hmm.
But, then again, we put him in, and our D zone, the way we play, the position that he plays defensively is almost exactly the same as he plays as a defenseman. Our forwards and our D play almost the same role. Mm-hmm. And now he's got the entire ice in front of him. And he's a space player. He needs a little bit of space. And if you give him that space, he takes it and he makes the other team pay. And that's the biggest thing with him. So he's understood the defensive part of the game. He's made really good decisions defensively. He's played a little bit conservatively,
mm-hmm.
but with the puck. We had an NHL scout come up to Rick last week and mentioned that he thought that Ryan moved the puck better than any other college defenseman this year that he had seen. And Rick kind of let him in on a secret. Listen, he's a converted forward, and it makes sense. It makes sense. The forwards really, the two moves that we've made this year that have really we've heard the most cheers and excitement are when we put Ryan Nizek in on D at Colgate, and we beat the number 4 team in their arena. Our team was very enthusiastic, and then the other day with when we announced that Will Dunn was starting in practice or pregame skate, the team really, because it just those types of guys, the team really rallies around them.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about it before the interview. You have 4 games in the next 36 days. What does that do for the team preparation? You got Army next weekend at Army, and then home against Robert Morris. What effect does that have, only having 4 games in 36 days?
Well, I think the type of games count into that equation as well. Our guys, I believe, will be extremely concentrated on trying to get as many points as possible. First, you're going into Army, who gave us fits here, and is a very good, very much improved team. They have done a great job recruiting and have some. They might have the most skilled freshmen in the league. Going to West Point and playing is not easy, and our guys we need to prepare a certain way and be ready for that. And I think our guys will be ready. I hope they will be, because it's going to be very difficult. And then coming home and playing Robert Morris, who has lost 1 game this year. Very much resembles, I think, Mercyhurst of last year so far in the first third of the season. Is going to be a even more of a challenge, maybe, because that's right before break. Like I said, those right before break games, we played Robert Morris last year, but right before break, and I think it was 5-5 and slop. It was so we need our guys to be really engaged, really focused. And I think they will. I think that the 4 games before the break is going to allow our guys to really concentrate on what they need to do and have small goals, and that's always good. That's a good focus. And then we'll see after the break. We've never had this before, Thanksgiving off and being able to send guys home, but they're coming back Saturday, and we'll have plenty of time to prepare. Yeah.
You got a Mercyhurst alum getting called up to the AHL yesterday, Nick Jones, getting called up to Worcester. Just talk about Jonesy, what he meant to the program, and how you think he'll do.
If Nick Jones was on NHL contract right now, he would either be in the American League full-time or maybe, a bottom half guy at an NHL team, depending on the time of the year, especially near playoffs. Mm-hmm. Nick Jones was the anchor on defense for us, with also just great skill and maturity. So mature. Not a overly vocal leader, but when he spoke a lot with his game too. He played a real good, honest game, but at the same time produced offensively. So excited for him. We love Jonesy. We love a lot of our guys, and we love Jonesy, and we hope he does great and congratulations to him.
Yeah, he was off to a great start down with the Indy Fuel in the East Coast Hockey
Yeah.
League, and now getting called up to Worcester. How's Dan O'Donohue doing?
You know what? Rick has touched base a little bit with Dan. Dan has spent the entire time right now in the American Hockey League, been in and out of the lineup, and Dan is probably trying to feel his way through the American League, kind of like he did here at Mercyhurst.
Mm-hmm.
It was a process here at Mercyhurst for Dan. Mm-hmm. He always played for us, but the role he played for us, which he dictated as a player. Like Dan O'Donohue was not on our power play until his senior year here at Mercyhurst. So I think the process for him is starting all over again. And I think if Arizona sticks with Dan and what they need to do with him, hopefully he would have the same progression there in Portland. The American Hockey League, even the East Coast Hockey League now, it's a lot different than when I played in the minors. It's a lot different. These guys, they all look the same. They just, it's whether or not they bring in those tangible, those small parts of the game, and that's what Dan's trying to learn at the American Hockey League level. That transition. I can tell you right now, the coaching staff must love him. We absolutely adore Dan O'Donohue. He's one of the best captains we ever had.
Bobby, thanks very much for joining us,
Yeah.
sitting in for Rick, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Oh, thank you very much.
Bobby Ferraris, Associate Head Coach of the Mercyhurst Men's Hockey Program. Lakers off until Friday and Saturday, December 5th and 6th, when they head to West Point to take on the Black Knights of Army.